After Yuji and Hana make up, they all link up with Maki to talk about the current situation in the Culling Games. And they found out that Kenjaku captured Tengen. And it cuts over to Choso, who's just heartbroken after not being able to beat Kenjaku and also watching, Yuki get fucking clapped. But as Maki is telling Yuji and Megumi all this, they're like, hold up, she's so calm for what she's saying. In just a few days, she's changed so much. But on topic, they're trying to figure out why the merger hasn't started. But ultimately, they have no way to know the actual reason. So they're just focusing on the rules they can make to get Megumi's sister out the game. And they have the point, so they call Kogain to add the rule, to allow people to withdraw from the game, but it rejects it. And they try it a different way. Allow a player to withdraw from the Culling Games by inviting a new player from outside as a substitute. And again, Kogain rejects it, but after enough bargaining, it accepts a rule that allows players to withdraw from the Culling Games by inviting a new player from outside and spending 100 points. They can't just leave, they have to bring somebody else in first and give up 100 points. And Kogain accepts it. And everybody throughout the game sees the rule change. So now the plan is to make their way to Megumi's sister and get her out of here. Later on that day, they do end up finding her in another colony. Her and Megumi get to have a bit of a sibling reunion and talk about the past. She says she always knew he had a hard job with Gojo, but she never knew what it was. Megumi says, don't worry about it, we're about to take care of everything. So they all meet on a rooftop and prepare to sub her out of here. It's Yuji's first time meeting her, so he introduces himself and he introduces Hana, which makes her happy. She's like, nice, Itadori, raise my stock. Megumi tells his sister to get ready to spend the 100 points so they can get her out of here. But instead of spending the 100 points to sub out, she adds a rule allowing free entry and exit from the colony. Everybody's just frozen, like, what are you doing? Kogain accepts the rule and Megumi starts sweating and asks, who are you? We get this diabolical ass panel of whoever's in her body laughing, saying, I'm your big sister, Fushiguro Megumi. And Megumi realizes that his sister is a vessel for an incarnated sorcerer of the past. This is exactly what Angel said she was fighting against earlier, this incarnation of sorcerers, as they take over the body entirely and suppress or completely get rid of the original personality of the body's owner. When they take over the bodies, they still have access to the memories. That's why she could play along with Megumi, like she really knew him. And she says, just kidding, I am Yorozu. Maybe the old guys still remember me, because she's a sorcerer from the past. Megumi, who is rightfully distraught, is like, why? This whole time you were my sister, we did all this work for nothing. She just says, well, y'all were offering me free points, so I took them. I changed the rule because my first battle in 1,000 years, I want to choose the place and the opponent. So she wants freedom to move through the colonies, and to find Sukuna, the one she wants to fight. Then she spreads some wings and starts to fly away. Yuji and Angel start chasing her, but Megumi's still just frozen in place. And at this very moment, Sukuna says In-chan from inside Yuji. Because apparently they really did make a binding vow at the beginning of the show. And it has two conditions. When I say In-chan, you will lend me your body for a minute, and you will forget about this contract completely. Damn. Yuji had no recollection of making this agreement at all. During that 1 minute, he's not allowed to hurt anybody. So he runs up on Angel and knocks her out. I don't get how you knock her out like this without hurting her. Did he not choke her or squeeze her or some shit? It looked like he was about to snap her neck. Then Megumi's like, fuck, Sukuna? Why? Sukuna immediately rips off his finger and turns it into a cursed object and starts laughing because Yuji didn't make the binding vow so it wouldn't hurt him. He just can't hurt anybody else. So he ripped off his finger, turned it into a cursed object. Megumi's immediate response is to summon Mahoraga, but before he can make the hand seal, Sukuna runs up on him with a smile on his face, grabs his arm, force feeds him the fucking finger, and you know where this is going. That shit escalated so fucking quickly. And now Sukuna has control of Megumi's body. His first order of business is to punch the shit out of Yuji, like off of this roof, through this building, crashing across town. The shit was so bad that Maki and Takaba seen it. So they run over to see what's going on, but Sukuna uses Megumi's technique, summons a big-ass version of Nu, rains lightning everywhere to keep them from getting close. But as he does this, Hana pulls up behind him. Angel tells her that they have to tear Megumi and Sukuna apart before he can take further root into the body. So she summons Jacob's ladder, blasts the shit out of him like, this is the worst we've seen him get done the whole show. And Hannah's yelling, give Megumi back, he's mine. So Megumi says, Hana, I remember now. Thank you. Everything's alright, but somebody need to give Sukuna a fucking Oscar. Hana goes in to give him a hug, but Angel's telling her like, no, wait, not yet. It's still Sukuna, but she's not listening. She just falls into his arms crying. And she's about to say, I've always loved you, but before she can even get it out, Sukuna bites off her fucking arm and just leaves her in shock, then throws her off of the rooftop, and she splats on the ground like right in front of Yuji. Sukuna's like, oh, you're still here? And Yuji really loses his shit. He jumped off the roof so hard, he broke it into pieces. His pupils are gone, like bro is seeing nothing but red. Sukuna jumps back because Yuji's power caught him off guard. He's trying to figure out where this strength came from. Yuji kicks a giant rock at him, goes to run around it, then grabs like a signs pole off the ground, comes around the back and tries to bat 1,000 on his ass. Sukuna weaves it and just kicks Yuji in the face. He realizes Yuji is this strong because of his ties to Kenjaku, remembering how fucked up that whole situation is. So he says, all of you, why can't you just live normally? Yuji says, why can't you just live without causing suffering? As he says this, Sukuna cleaves him in the shoulder. Sukuna starts talking that shit again. To me, the real question is, why are you so weak? Why do such weaklings cling so fiercely to life? Yuji remembers there's no point in even trying to reason with him because he is a curse itself. Like a true villain, he says, your suffering is natural, you people are meant to be chewed up. We get one of the hardest one-liners in the show. Let's see if you can chew up me and my suffering. Sukuna says, try me. Yuji sprints at him, but Sukuna just sends a bunch of cleaves right back. But Yuji just runs through them shits with no fucks given. He starts shitting bricks like, whoa, why are you this sturdy? Yuji just keeps coming and pieces him across the face. But Sukuna realizes that Yuji's not that sturdy, but Megami is weakening his power's output, so his slashes were weaker. And the punch knocks him back a little bit, but really he just eats it and says that even though he's not at full power, he should still have enough energy to take care of Yuji. But as he's thinking this, Buddy shits bricks real quick. Maki pull up like, what's the word? Sorry I'm late. And Yuji just says, let's go. We gotta kill him. He's not gonna die. So even though Megami's suppressing Sukuna's power, he's still like, I got enough to take care of Yuji. But as he's thinking this, Toji 2.0 announces her presence. Really, she should have just blitzed him and cut his head off. Like, look at him. He's shitting bricks. He did not see her coming at all. And she just standing there mad casual. He says, sorry I'm late. Give me hip to what's going on. And Yuji's like, we gotta kill him. Just kill him. He's not gonna die. Without a second thought, we're back in Jump Jutsu Kaisen. She throws a kick, he blocks it. Yuji throws a punch and he blocks it. Then he tries to punch Maki, but she just catches it and like back fists him in the face, knocking him all the way into the guardrail. Yuji follows up quick and wraps him up in it. And Sukuna again just calls him boring and Maki kicks him. He breaks out of it pretty easily. Then Maki and Yuji just reaffirm that, yeah, we gotta kill him right now. Regardless of whether it's Megami or not, we gotta handle this. And Maki tells Yuji she's about to kick it into high gear and asks him if he can keep up. Of course, he says yes. They start getting low on his ass. Yuji comes from the right and Maki comes from the left, but as they're approaching, she grabs Yuji's leg and swings him around to punch Sukuna in the body. They're both trying to throw combos at him, but he's somehow able to parry them both. He just stops and cleaves the ground, breaking it into pieces and forcing them into the air. And he immediately punches Maki across the face. She just eats it, spits out the blood, and Sukuna laughs and says not bad. Yuji and Maki are dashing around trying to chase him, but he eventually jumps back and gets some separation. And the second he does, somebody else pulls up and attacks Yuji and Maki with a big-ass wall of ice. Of course, it's Uowame pulling up to help Sukuna out. She pulled up with Kenjaku on this cursed spirit to take Sukuna away because she has prepared a bath for him. Uowame focused most of her energy on freeing Maki. Only Yuji could break out quickly, but by the time he did, they were already flying away. He's yelling Sukuna, and Uowame asks if she should kill him. Sukuna's like, nah, let's just look at him and have a good laugh. And that's exactly what they do. They laugh at Yuji as they're flying away. How pathetic. Damn. They pull up to this secret hiding spot, and Uwame is asking Kenjaku about the culling game, his plans to end it since that's the only way of setting the merger in motion. It's tricky because he designed the game to be never-ending. That's how he has sorcerers from all time periods in it. It accrued such a massive amount of cursed energy. He doesn't even really go into the explanation, he just asks Uwame about what this bath is. Kenjaku knew it was originally a ritual to transform family heirlooms into cursed tools, by marinating the objects in a solution of cursed energy created by grinding and straining organisms. Sukuna's bath isn't just organisms, it's made of cursed spirits themselves. She explains that spirits become dust when you kill them. Even if you try to cut off a piece, it's just going to disappear. But she has a specific method where she pins down the cursed spirits and then freezes their core before she minces it and strains its body parts. Kenjaku asks, what's the point of submerging in something like this? And she just responds to get closer to evil. We do this so that Megami's sense of self? No, so that his soul sinks that much deeper into darkness. Shortly after she explains it, Sukuna hops out of the bath. And the first thing he does is ask where Megami's sister is. He wants to accept the challenge of the sorcerer that's taken over her body. Kenny's like, I don't get it. Why do you care to go fight this person? Sukuna explains that he doesn't care about the fight, but he wants complete control over this vessel. Explains that killing Megami's sister with his own hands will completely sink Megami within me. So Kenjaku gives him a ride to where Sumiki is.